Hello, humans and pets. Today, Subway.
Subway Eat Fresh.
Eat fresh.
Eat Fresh. So, we've been on a steak and cheese quest
We have been.
lately. So, and apparently we ate the wrong steak and cheese at somewhere else, but we did not go there today.
Correct.
But we realized we've never had a steak and cheese from Subway.
Yeah.
Not only that, I also Googled Subway. Not only did they have the new Callies, but they supposedly have a new Subway club and an American club. But our local Subway does not have a new Subway club.
Correct.
So we did get an American club.
Yep, and a steak and cheese.
And we did the steak and cheese today. So we're going to split them.
We adjusted them a little bit, right? We got the multi-grain bread for the American club and the herbs and cheese bread for the steak. We added every single topping on the American club and oil and mayonnaise with black pepper and Parmesan cheese, right? So we decked this one out.
The American club one
Yeah,
we did.
the steak and cheese, we only added like hearts. So we added the pickles, the jalapenos, the banana peppers, and black olives. And then we left the rest the same for that one. So we're going to be eating it in our face today. And seeing if it's good, I guess.
All right. This one,
Are they cut in half?
this was kind of cut in half, yeah. I'm assuming this is the steak and cheese.
So you said do that and then steak. And this is the multi-grain bread.
Well, hard to tell because this
That
one's
one
the
has
one with the
cheese
cheese.
on it.
Okay.
Which side do you want?
I don't care. I just gave you the side closest to you. But
Yeah.
so,
Let's eat the, which one do you want?
which one would you like to try first?
Well, this one has bacon and this one does not. So you want to save the bacon first or last?
I don't care. You
Well, I'll let
you
you
decide.
choose.
I hate when you do this, Ryan. I really do.
goodness.
So,
I'm cold.
I had the windows open. Well, which one are we really reviewing? I guess it's that way. So we can do the steak and cheese last because we're
Okay.
really reviewing the new All-American Club sandwich. Now, this is supposed to have bacon, ham, turkey. We
decked it up.
did put everything on it because we figured
They let you.
they let you do it. Anyone can do it. Get it the way you want. And we were actually going to just try it and see what it tastes like.
Yeah.
But
Let's eat this.
it's not overly stuffed. Let's put it that way, right off the bat.
Yeah, that was
we
a
can
decent
say
amount though.
Of veggies. I'm talking like meat when you just look at the meat.
Oh no.
So, all right.
You can taste the turkey and the bacon right off the bat, so that's the same with you.
Mm-hmm. No, the bacon's one of the new things. I believe. I don't know if they used to have bacon.
Pretty sure they did. But
Yeah, because I think they had a
unless the BLT doesn't have bacon,
I think they had a BLT before, but I'm not sure. Because again, when we weren't huge Subway goers, but they did say this was a new one.
I believe they changed their turkey, their bacon, and some other stuff.
Yeah, I was looking at
or
the
the
additions.
beef ham.
Yeah, they had said they cut the turkey slower. Supposedly, because they tweeted about new Black Forest ham, which I'm assuming that's the ham we have right here. I know they used to have a ham and cheese. I don't know if they used to have Black Forest ham or if it was a different kind of ham. But overall, what do you think? I do like the multi-grain bread like this has more of a meaty texture. I always say that. I think that the bread itself is actually
Yeah.
good.
My favorite thing on here is the cucumbers. I'm a big cucumber fan on my subs. So I do like the cucumbers a lot. I like it a lot. It's good. It's yummy. I like it. I do like the bread.
I like the additions we made. I'm wondering how much I would have liked it if we just kept it traditional, but I do like the peppers that you put on there too. I mean, you can't go wrong with bacon, ham, and turkey, like as a combination for anything. I will say the bacon is a good bacon though. It like really has a lot of flavor. Sometimes you get bacon and it's just weak. It doesn't have a lot of flavor. It's not as good as the bacon that we have off the smoker. Because when you twice bake it like that, it just gets so flavorful. But it is good bacon. I will agree with you though. You don't think of, most people don't think of cucumbers in a sandwich. But I told you growing up, we always had the garden. So I used to have CLTs, which was cucumber, lettuce, and tomatoes, because we always had cucumbers and tomatoes, and we'd get the lettuce. So we never had the money for the bacon. Right? So you could always have a CLT, you know, and it was just as good to me.
Cucumbers just go well in everything. I eat cucumbers like apples, right? I just eat it. It's delicious. So I like it. We've got two footlongs. They reach about $10. $20 in total for all this.
Well, I guess that's like, if I'm trying to think of what we could compare this to. This is a good sandwich. I don't mind. It's a variation of an Italian grinder.
I like it. I like the mayo. I like the oils.
Yeah. Oh.
Thank you.
I wanted to go like this, and I didn't realize my thumb.
Now we're gonna eat the steak and cheese, I guess.
Yeah, overall, that wasn't a bad. That was a good grinder. You gonna show them this one too?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
We always forget for these ones to show you guys.
I know. We
For the
apologize.
Subway ones. So that's the steak and cheese.
Yeah. So now we've never had a steak and cheese from these guys, and being that we've been trying steak and cheeses everywhere, I thought it only appropriate that we would try it here too.
Smells good.
I will say,
not as much steak, nowhere close to any other place we've had.
no. In fact, I just took a bite of just the steak. I don't know if you know the difference.
Kind of boring.
It's like, do you know what roast beef tastes like?
Yes.
That's it. It doesn't taste like a traditional steak and cheese. It tastes more like a roast beef sandwich to me. I don't know. What do you think? That's my. I don't know if you've actually ate roast beef.
I have had roast beef before.
Well, when we get like the sandwich platters, I never see you grab like roast beef for your sandwiches. You don't have your,
Sandwich platters?
Yeah, every birthday you got a sandwich platter and you make sandwiches, but your mother would make them for you anyways. I don't think she's ever put roast beef on your sandwich.
I ain't never seen a sandwich platter.
Of all the meat we used to get at Walmart, the big sandwich platter for minimal money, and
I've
all
seen,
the family would come over and we would all make sandwiches.
No, I've seen like the circle thing
This
where
is why
it
I
has like
asked
the crackers and the cheeses and the pepperoni and stuff, but I ain't never seen a sandwich platter. I guess I'm missing out. Maybe we'll have to review one of the sandwich platters one day. Because I have no clue what he's talking about.
He knows what I'm talking about. The big black circle with all the meats there, and you make a sandwich out of all. It's a meat platter. And you make a sandwich and it has roast beef and turkey and ham.
I've only seen the one with the cheeses and the crackers and the pepperoni and the.
Well,
stuff.
back to this. What do you think of this?
I like the banana peppers a lot.
That's not part of the grinder.
I don't know. It's not bad. but comparing it to the last one we just had, it's not that good.
No.
The bacon has more flavor. The turkey has more flavor. Even the ham.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were comparing it
on it. Oh, to the other
steak and cheeses. No, honestly, he's not wrong. That American Club was 100 times better than this one. This one doesn't even really. The meat on this doesn't even have a taste. Like it tastes like.
We also put like mayo, oil, and more stuff on the other one. So of course we're gonna like it a little more. But the meat itself is a lot better on the other one, and you get more of it since it's more types of meats. Yeah. There's hardly any steak.
There's hardly any meat. I don't even want to call this steak. This is like a roast beef grinder. This isn't even really like a steak and cheese. Hands down. The other day when we were eating a way back steak, we were talking about like the steak and cheeses are all like lumped together within a. Did I drop one?
No.
They were all lumped together where we haven't had a bad steak and cheese. I think we fixed that problem. I think as far as steak and cheeses go.
In fact, I'm not going to say this is bad. I'm still going to say this is better than most of the stuff we've eaten on the channel.
I'm not saying it's
like
bad.
I'll gladly take this over any Pizza Hut pizza we've had.
This is weak at best, though.
But this is not a comparison to the other steak and cheeses. I think this just goes down a little bit. Nowhere close to Regatta Deli, which we had. Not even close to way back, which we think.
Whatever you think is the worst steak and cheese, this one's way down here. Let's put it that way. Honestly, like the worst steak and cheese we've had, which have all been good. Like if we put Waybacks as their worst, that is still 10 times better than what this one tastes like.
I do like this more than Firehouse Subs though. So I think this is.
We didn't have a steak and cheese from there.
Correct, but just in general, I do like this more. Probably because of the price point. You're only $10 for this.
I'm talking straight taste right now. Like to me, this is a good or decent roast beef grinder, because that's what it reminds me of. This doesn't even have the steak and cheese taste. The portobello mushroom one without meat
was better.
Had more steak and cheese flavor than this one does.
Don't even know how that's possible.
But that's what I'm saying. So this isn't bad.
No,
it's not good. Do you know what I mean? As far as if you're gonna call it a steak and cheese. Like this is, I think just frying up steak and with onions and peppers.
Becomes fresher again, or the beef fresh. They have another one of these. Definitely, like fix up your steak and cheese, because people like steak and cheeses.
Yeah.
It was even on there like most like recommended, most purchased,
which I'm actually shocked at. It was on their favorites list, so I was kind of having high hopes on it. Really, it's kind of. If you didn't put the hot peppers on this would be almost bland.
I don't even think you'd have any, like, you would just be eating bread at that point. There's very little cheese.
There's very little cheese. Like, there's very little steak.
I can't even taste the
really
steak
is,
cheese, to be honest. I don't know. The bread's decent. I like the other one better, I think.
I agree.
I think it was more hearty. The hearty multigrain bread.
Well, I do like the little cheese added, but it doesn't add that much flavor. But I do like the texture and the taste of the multigrain one better than the this one. This one, it feels almost drier.
I wish they would just stick the herbs and the cheese in the multigrain bread. I think it's dry because there's like no sauce, barely any cheese, barely any steak or anything, you know. Then you got the onions, which is good, but it doesn't really help it since there's nothing to begin with. That's like eating an onion on bread. So.
No, again, it's not bad. I don't think I would ever order it again because even the BMT that I used to get here, or that Cali turkey, the American Club, pretty much any other grinder that I've eaten at Subway, I would get again over this.
I would get the Cali ones, the Cali steak, and the Cali turkey. We got the Cali steak, I believe.
And that had more taste and flavor.
The steak was good.
Yeah.
Why not just put the good steak on this one?
This didn't taste like like this didn't have.
Well, I guess if you want a good one, get the Cali steak, right? But for a steak and cheese, you should at least,
This
I
didn't
did
have the
say-
steak and cheese taste to me. It 100% tasted like a roast beef grinder.
when you get the
at
cheese,
best.
it tastes good. But there was like you couldn't even notice it really.
Again, it wasn't bad, but steak and cheese usually has a distinct
It
flavor.
was missing something.
Flavor.
Yes, and meat and cheese.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I mean,
But it was good.
I mean, we ate it. It wasn't bad tasting.
no, I'll eat it again.
It just wasn't.
but I won't purchase it again.
No, it wasn't a steak and cheese taste.
Plus, like, they also don't got tangerine lemonade, so
But that settles that. Because I honestly, when we ate the way back, I didn't mind the way back either. It had a decent flavor, but it was definitely the bottom end of our steak and cheeses that we've had.
my school lunch has been getting creative. They've started putting steak and cheeses on the cold lunch section, and the things are like this tall with like peppers, onions, a ton of stuff, and it's like this tall.
You haven't tried it yet?
I haven't tried it yet. Because I keep on getting hot lunch and looking over, and they always got the steak. And then whenever I go to the cold lunch, they only got chicken patties. So one day, I'll give like a very quick snippet on my thoughts on that
steak
one.
and cheese.
Um,
Yeah, this one I'm a little disappointed on it. And normally I say, I like to go to Subway because Subway, for a $10 you at least get a foot long.
Yeah.
So you don't feel like you're being violated with it all.
I'll gladly take.
Again, this wasn't. I would eat it again.
Yeah.
I would eat it again. I don't think I would ever order it again because
I would definitely order the first one we had. I'm glad we started off with that one rather than the
If I
negative,
did
but-
order, and we kept this one traditional because we didn't want to interfere, but if I did order this again, I would definitely have to hit it with mayonnaise.
And the
would,
oils,
and I would hit it with. I would
the
actually
spinach,
put
the
everything.
lettuce,
Well, because
the tomatoes.
because the sandwich. I mean, even the Subway one. I mean, if we're gonna just compare grinders to grinders to grinders, right? Even the Subway one we just had. Now, I don't remember Subway. I know they were never fruitful with their meat.
Subway makes the best salads.
But they always were plentiful with their salads, as you like to say. But even the All-American one, it had minimal meat, but it didn't have a lot of the extras that sometimes they used to.
The good
They
thing
don't seem
that
to be
they're
doing
doing
that
now
anymore.
is that they're like making their meat better with the new meats that they released like a few months ago. I think it was July. They changed up some of the meats. They added new meats, like the Black Forest ham, for example.
But even though you could put all the vegetables on there, they don't have a ton of them.
No, but the thing with them that I like, right, is that now that the meat has some sort of like taste, right? The good thing is that their veggies are decent.
No, the cucumber was
But-
fresh. It was fresh,
It was
but it
fresh.
wasn't.
Subway Eat Fresh.
They weren't.
But they
A lot.
they don't put a lot,
Correct.
and I think it's mainly because of the bread can't hold a lot. Because if they put any more in the other one, like it was already falling out the side of mine, they'd have to make the bread bigger. And of course that.
Well,
would
I
be
did
more
notice
money.
that too, and I said that when we ate the Cali one, and I said that the bread it definitely looks smaller.
That's just how it is, I think.
Well, I think that's their new age. That's their new thing, and I can't 100% agree or say that that's the case. But I remember Subway's grinders being heftier, like a bigger.
I wasn't alive back then, but when they cut the wedge,
Yeah,
at least the photos of that Subway,
it was a big.
it looks bigger.
It's a big French bread.
If
No.
they don't cut it in half and they just cut the wedge,
Yeah.
and try to stuff it in, there's no way you're fitting anything in that thing.
That's how they used to do it. It used to be the most annoying grinder in the world. Well, they would do this too, though.
Yeah,
They
but
would cut the
I don't
wedge
think
and
you
open
could
it a
even
little bit.
do that
With this
one,
bread.
because you would either cut straight through it since it's not tall or not wide. Like I think you'd be able to put one little slice.
Yeah, so
of turkey.
if any of our viewers actually works at Subway, I know
Yeah.
someone who works at Subway, I'm guessing, I know at one point
for
Subway...
a long time,
Well,
no,
because I'm pretty sure, or if someone is a faithful Subway goer.
yeah, like
where
every day you go get Subway.
I remember their foot-long grinders might not have been foot-long because they got sued at one point in time, but they were always fat. Like they were a generous French bread
And
looking...
It's probably what you get, like which sub you get, because of course like the meatball is gonna be taller or whatever. But
No, I'm talking straight bread. Like when
Oh,
you
just
actually
the
look at
bread?
the bread just seemed like it had more. Or if you go to other places, like their bread is like theirs is not even like it. It's smaller. It's thinner
compared to like Vegata Deli. It gives you like
well, that's a different style bread. Though.
bread.
That's Italian. But where even this is the smallest French loaf bread that I've ever seen. And I know they poor
it's
Subway
cake or whatever.
Subway been sued. They said that, over in Europe they had it's more of a cake than a bread because it has too much sugar in it. And then they had someone sued them because it wasn't officially a foot long. It was only 11 inches.
No,
and they're claiming to have a foot long. And say not actually tuna. It's no tuna in the tuna fish and stuff. So they've had a bad run, and I understand they're trying to revamp it.
And it tastes good, right? When you get a good sub from them, it tastes good.
I do think,
but
though,
it's not great.
I do think that their bread,
it's
although
it's
I
soft,
do like their flavors.
It tastes really good. The bread is nice.
I do like the taste of it. I think it is shrunk in time. Like, not shrunk in length, but definitely shrunk in diameter.
It might also be we used to get it and eat right away.
We're literally not even 15 minutes down the road.
We would get it and then like immediately eat it. So it might be they wrap it up tighter.
No,
now
I'm not going with that theory. 100%. I believe it's smaller. So if anyone knows for a fact, leave a comment down below. But even just grabbing the grinder, like let's think of D'Angelo's steak and cheese.
I was also younger when I was younger and getting Subway, so my hands.
Yeah, but let's just talk place to place. So even when you grab like D'Angelo's you had to grab it, or Major League Roast Beef, you had to grab their grinder.
Subway, you can probably use like your feet to eat the.
Well, no, I'm just saying like that one. When you took a bite with my big mouth, I could almost take a bite of the whole sandwich. Where most of them you got to eat in pieces. Their bread is almost hot dog roll size. It's not fat. That's the one thing I noticed. But overall, not a bad steak and cheese. I do, if the All-American Club, I believe it is new, and they have this Subway Club that they don't have any of the Subways near us, so I don't know if you guys can get that or not.
We're unlucky, I guess.
That one was good. I do recommend even a steak and cheese wasn't bad, but I would definitely. We didn't doctor it. I told them don't put a lot on a steak and cheese because I wanted it to compare it to all the ones, and we didn't doctor up. Other than putting hots,
and we added olives. Which did help it.
On this one.
But not enough.
Really, the steak...
In fact, not at all.
Their steak and cheese, like you said, that Cali steak had flavor and it tasted like steak.
And it had the guac.
This one didn't even taste like steakums. This one really tasted like a roast beef. It didn't have any of that steak and cheese flavor.
There was roast beef in the Jimmy John's sub we had. The gargantuan. It was roast beef in that, I'm almost certain.
Well, and they tweeted the other day about their Black Forest ham. Now, I like Black Forest ham usually. It has the nice pepper on the outside. It has a lot of taste.
The turkey.
It has a nice smoke.
With that too?
But
or is that called something else?
They tweeted about that, and if this was Black Forest ham, it didn't have the smoky flavor. It was kind of a generic tasting ham. It didn't stand out.
But the turkey was strong, and the bacon was good. The oils and the mayo really made the sandwich.
You said that you could taste the bacon in the turkey, but the ham didn't jump out at you.
If I were to just walk in, order, right, or just even through the app, I'd probably be like, okay, I want like something good, like I choose meats, right, and then I would be like, I want all the toppings, all the veggies, and then every one of the sauces, and that's how I would eat it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do that. Where did we do that with? Where we added Moe's.
Yeah, with the Moe's.
That was fun. We haven't been there in a while.
No,
they need new stuff.
They don't have anything new, but what they do have, they perfected. It's been that was really good.
Subway, I think, can be the new Moe's. They just gotta work on the smaller things.
Every time I always talk them up, and then
Subway is like the Dunkin' Donuts of like, I don't even know what it's not coffee. They're not known for their coffee. I feel like they're known for their donuts, but their donuts aren't good.
I don't know why you say that, because everybody drinks Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
Yeah, but it's not good.
I
don't like coffee.
You don't like coffee, so you can't say they're not known for their coffee, because
they only have like 5 different coffees on their menu.
But
like different flavors. Like they're not really coffee, and then like it's Dunkin' Donuts, not Dunkin' Coffee.
Anyways,
right? But their donuts aren't good.
Back to Subway.
No offense to Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, you can't say that.
If I ever apply, please hire me. But,
so, I mean, these are both decent grinders. I would never buy the steak and cheese again. The All-American was not bad. But if you're in the mood, give it a try. The steak and cheese wasn't new. That was more for our steak and cheese wars that we've been having lately. And apparently, when we went to the place that Eric sent us, we didn't get the right one. So maybe we'll have to venture back. But I didn't hear from any of you guys that have been to like that Charlie's Steakhouse or wherever the place was that I saw online. Charlie's Steak and Cheese has a bunch of places and stuff like that. But
we're still
just to
trying
see
to find who can beat.
If someone can beat it. But I was kind of hoping that Subway, because I do like the fact that you can get a foot long for the price that you can get 6 inches everywhere else. But
yeah, this place is really
quite
good.
frankly, that the 6 inches.
I'd rather have a whole Moe's burrito for like $8.
The 6-inch one from Jersey Mike's was far superior. In fact, the chicken one was better tasting and it had more steak and cheese taste.
Oh yeah.
Than the steak and cheese just did.
I don't even know if this one had steak in it or cheese. We'll have to do some research after this if it actually.
Don't
did
say
or not.
is the steak and cheese non-steak and
Does
cheese
it
like the tuna isn't
Does
tuna?
it
Is that what
actually
you're
not
trying to
have
say?
the pork and beef?
Yeah.
I can't get over that. That was so funny.
Yeah.
Because it was like 7 toppings, pork and beef, and I didn't see no pork and beef.
That was the other thing. We
That was
do
funny.
realize Pizza Hut brought back the Detroit style pizza, but you can go back and watch our review. Ryan hated it the first time,
That
so
was bad.
we chose not to go back and get it. Much like they came out with, they had a dinner box, but then they came out with a bigger dinner box.
So you get 3 of their 1 topping pizza.
But unfortunately, we're still, if you guys want to see that, we can still do the review. But the problem is our Pizza Hut, again, isn't good. So if you see something new and you want to see it, leave a comment down below. It's kind of what I'm getting at. We do have a couple things, but those are kind of like the only things he had mentioned. We have a few things out there that is new. But the problem is the new things are stuff that we've had either in the past or everything they've had from the place hasn't really been good. So we're kind of debating on whether we're going to continue. You know, it's kind of like saying, TGI Fridays. Well, we kind of banned them because everything we've had from them has been horrible. And I'm not going to just come on and say they're horrible because I don't want to spend $30 to be disappointed again.
Yeah. Well, the only good thing we've had there was the cheese fries, but I think Taco Bell with the nacho fries did it like 85 times better. I think Taco Bell's nacho fries are really good.
But then again, I think their last chicken's. Is it a sandwich? Is it a taco? I think it's an incomplete meal, and it was a big flop. But they're promoting the heck out of it.
I like the chicken a lot.
I thought it was lame at
They
best.
always have like the little build-ups to the big they always have like the quesalupas and stuff, and then they have like these items.
Well, I will
the
say though,
beefy potato burritos, and then the nacho fries.
I've seen other people review that, and their sandwich or whatever you want to call it wasn't KFC, and it had more sauce, and it was actually super spicy. So what we got wasn't what I saw just reviewed. I've seen other people review that sandwich, and 100%, it tasted like Kentucky Fried Chicken. It had barely any sauce and just had 2 jalapenos. But I've seen other people review it that said it was actually spicy, and in fact, they were like, "I need a drink. It's that spicy."
No. Mm-hmm. I don't even know if I bought a drink to that.
Much like my buddy John lives in Michigan and swears that their McDonald's one actually has a nice spice to it, and we had absolutely nothing out here. So
it might just be we eat more spice than them.
Well,
but I doubt it.
I mean, flavor is flavor. So back to Subway because he sidetracked me again. Okay,
I like the banana peppers. They need pepperoncinis on their menu.
This was okay. I mean, I wouldn't recommend the steak and cheese. The All-American Club, that was new, wasn't bad. I wasn't raving about the ham like I was hoping to be because I really do like a nice smoky Black Forest ham.
But one thing I love is the price.
That is good.
The price. I'd rather have a Moe's burrito, like I said, than have one of these. But the price is there.
Well, at least you get a foot long for the $10. That's the key. If you're gonna pay the $10, I don't mind paying the $10 when you're getting a foot long, even though I think it's shrunk.
I would rather have a better product for $15 than have this product for $10.
Well,
for the steak and cheese.
One thing we didn't do though, in Subway now offers I think a $13 double protein one. So maybe that would be worth because you get more meat.
Especially for this, but the meat was kind of boring.
Yeah. The whole thing is should you have to pay more to get a right amount of meat.
Well,
you know
it's
what I mean?
double
That's-
the meat, which is the sad part.
Well, that's what I'm
if
saying,
you would
so.
pay, I'd rather have it be like the regular meat be more money, and then have half meat for less.
I would
money.
100% recommend
Like half meat, regular meat,
you
double
had
for like 20.
4 times the amount of meat in the D'Angelo steak and cheese that we ate.
You
Or
have 4 times as
the-
much meat in everything we've had. Even in the way back, like the whole thing was steak.
Right.
This one, it was bread.
Right.
So there's a big difference. I do like the size of this better than the way back, but the taste.
I think there was
bad.
more food per quantity in the way back though compared to a foot long. You basically ate a foot of bread with a tiny little layer of meat.
There wasn't even meat in this.
Where the way back might have been 6 to 7 inches, but it was also this fat.
And
Like,
it
you had
also
to
wasn't
open
cut
your mouth.
as thin.
Yeah,
Which is also a thing.
and it tasted like steak.
Because this was cut like when you slice the cheese, like he slices the cheese.
But Steakums is a shaved steak. I don't mind the shaved part
But
of
you
the
only
steak.
you only got one layer of
It didn't
this,
have
rather than,
that.
like,
It
3.
had more of a roast beef flavor. It didn't have the steak and cheese flavor. But enough is enough on that. We've babbled on long enough. I don't recommend the steak and cheese. The All American Club was pretty good.
I would recommend that one.
But that's that. That is our Subway review of the 2 grinders. One of them new, one of them we just wanted to try. But there you go. There is our review.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for subscribing. If there is any suggestions or if
Thank
you've
you.
seen anything new, leave it down below.
We'll get
Because
to it
we
maybe.
are at the tail end of new stuff
We
again.
have a lot of concepts.
Trust me, I'm still trying to get him to go to Thai food. He keeps fighting me on that one, and I don't blame him because he has gotten sick over Chinese food in the past. So we are still considering that. And thank you for the suggestions about a month and a half ago and 42 reviews ago. But I throw it out there every time we still haven't done this yet. So we are still trying, but there you go. Hope you enjoyed the video.